Connor, get you some Connor CD music. Well, man, I really appreciate that. Dude, that's a very nice gesture. For real. So do you sell music? CDs? So what's the deal with that? I really appreciate that gift. All right, boys and girls. Yo, what's up? This is John from JJ Innovation Garage in the Peach capital of the state, baby. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what it is where you at. Well, let me tell you something. It was 26 degrees this morning. 26! 26 degrees. 26. I'm going live this morning because I normally go live in the mornings, then at lunch, and then the afternoon. And I hadn't been going live in the mornings because there's been so much stuff going on. And I hadn't been going live at lunch because there's so much going on. So, and then I just go live in the afternoons. So first I want to apologize because the ones that are west of us or east of us, like the Ukraine, Finland, Europe, Russia, I have subscribers, Greenland, Africa, I have subscribers there. And when I go live at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, it's 7 hours ahead and they in the bed. So I had another YouTube content creator told me, you need to go live a couple times a day because you have different subscribers in different time zones. So I'm trying to get caught back up and give y'all a little update on what's going on in the shop, what's been going on in the shop. Richard is 31 here. It's supposed to warm up here, but man, I am so tired. I am so tired of the cold weather. So tired. Got a lot going on. I'm gonna show y'all a little bit. I'm gonna grab this. So, I got parts coming today. This is a 302 out of a 94, 95 GT Mustang. 5-speed car. So, if anybody's looking for 93, 94 Mustang GT 5-speed, I got one. It's been completely gone through. It's ready to go. Clutch, bell housing, transmission, shifter, cross member, dry shaft. If you got a 289, a 302, and it might even bolt up to a 351. I'm not sure, but I know a 289 and I know a 302, it will bolt right up to it. You can't use it in a Chevrolet because you'd have to get a special bell housing. And it just, I mean, I'm not saying you can't do it. I got a 302 in my jet boat. Look at you. Man, I bet that thing's pretty fun. So this one had like 100,000 miles on it. Tore the engine down. Took it in the engine shop. They went through it. New heads, pistons, little hot cam, little stage 2 cam. We got an aluminum intake for it. And then I rebuilt the front end. I took the stock drive system, I cleaned it up, I painted it, and then bought all new stuff. Air conditioner, power steering pump, water pump, tensioner. The alternator tested out good, so just left it. What's up, 95? What's up, Dylan? Or Dillard, sorry. So, I'm gonna order some valve covers. Probably just order just regular old black ones, or because it's cheaper just to order some of this, try to clean them up. I'm gonna use the 302 exhaust manifolds. And some Holley stuff is supposed to be here today. So going to change the distributor out, put a Holley distributor in that goes with the EFI, the Sniper 2 system. The Sniper 2 system will be here today. Sniper 2. The new improved Sniper 2 is coming today. So once it comes, that's why I pulled this out. When it comes, I'm gonna go ahead and work on that a little bit. Pull the distributor out. I gotta flip it upside down anyway because you know what this is. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. I'm so used to working on GM and small blocks. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. I got to get a bolt to go right here. A 302 in my little. Well, that's pretty cool, man. So, like I said, have an automatic transmission with overdrive, non-electrical, that's going behind this, and things are going really, really good on this. So I covered it up last night because I blowed the shop out. I cleaned up, and if you haven't seen what's going on the C10, go back and check that out. I'm gonna uncover it. I'll show you this morning for the ones that's new to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, boys and girls. We're just a little bit over 170 new subscribers. We'll be at 3,000. So once I get the intake finished, I'll show you after I get through eating my biscuit. As soon as I get the intake finished, do the exhaust. Got the transmission working last night. Goes through the gears. I got to fix the brakes, get brakes, and then I can drive it in and drive it out. And then the radiator stuff, hoses is supposed to be here. Man, they supposed to be in here 2 weeks ago from Amazon. I don't know what's going on with Amazon here lately. But anyways, gonna still work on this, but going to pull the old frame up here, start some measuring on it. And I know it don't look like much, but there is the frame rails, all the suspensions over there. I got a mess. There's some A-arms. I've already pulled this stuff out one time. I ain't gonna do it again. There's a cross member. There's a front hoop. Gonna start building the chassis for this. There's the rear end already done. That's going to be fun. Fun. So, let me pull this cover off and I'll show you the ones that's new to the channel. What's up, Bruce? What's up, Woody? All right, for the ones that's new to the channel, like I said, I got to call Holly. Well, Holly's going to call me today at 12, so it'll be 9 there, about the transmission and the speed sensor. That is getting that and building building a full chassis, got all the parts. That's what I was just saying. Just as soon as I get the exhaust finished, I got to get the brakes I'm gonna try to get the brakes tidied up today, start bleeding the brakes. I bled the clutch last night. The clutch works, goes in and out of gear. Working on the cold air intake, the functional cold air intake. Right there, it's gonna pull in fresh air from right there. Once I get all that done, and going to cut this, weld a 90 on here, run this right next to the radiator, and then turn it, and then come down and then grab right there, because I can't use a rubber hose because it's in the way. But that's what I was saying. I was just showing everybody the C10 that's new to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, boys and girls. It don't cost a dime. Holly's supposed to call me today to let me know about the transmission and about the tack. I'm not getting a tack signal, which it should be getting a tack signal because it's going through the DIM. And so it's probably, I don't have something programmed right in the handheld or something. So Blake at Holly is super great. He's gonna help me out today. But all the gauges work. Everything works like it's supposed to. I'm gonna get some fuel, get some more fuel, put some fuel in the gas tank to make sure my gas needle goes up. I got the backup lights, wires working yesterday. Can't really do anything with this until I set the bed on it. I can't set the bed on it until we run the exhaust. When I say we, the exhaust is already right there. So I need to run it over. He wants to come up, over, and out and come out the side of the bed. So I can't really do that until I set the bed on it. So I can't do that until I get the truck where I can move it. Well, I can move it like this, but I need to get all that buttoned up. I need to get the brake lines buttoned up. I really am not feeling that brake line kit, but I'm just gonna make it work. He said, the client said, just make it work, and he's okay with it. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna nut and bolt everything, make sure everything's tight, and go from there. They have drop shipped me the new speakers for these holes. The ones that I have are the larger L7s. These are supposed to be the lower L7s, so they're supposed to be here. I've already got the 6x9s in. I already got those in. They're supposed to be drop shipping me the tweeters as well. So, but like I say, everything, truck cranks up and runs. On that Amazon truck is my ends for my AC lines. There's just a lot of stuff. There's just a lot of stuff. But I wanted to show y'all this, the ones that's new to the channel. This 302 today, Holly, I think I'm getting 2 shipments today. I think I'm getting an EFI for this and an EFI for a 78 F-150 351 modified. So got a lot of moving parts. There's a 70 C10 that's supposed to be coming back. Got to do some stuff to it. The 63 Impala has got a lot of stuff ordered for it. So lot of moving parts. So I just wanted to come live this morning and touch bases with the ones that are east, 6-7 hours ahead of us, that I normally go live in the mornings and I catch that traffic. But when we go live in the evenings, if I go live in the evenings at 6 here, it's 1 o'clock in the morning in Europe, and then it's 3 o'clock in California. So, but that's the deal on the bread truck. Richard, gonna build a chassis for it. All the stuff's here. Just got to put it together. Here is the rear end. That's the rear end that came out of the truck. I just turned it over to disc brake conversion, and we go from there. Sorry. Well, if I get this thing to turn around. Yeah. Hey, did y'all know? What's up, 6'2"? See, there's another one. 6'2" is on, I think you in Australia, ain't you? 6'2". Do y'all know that, y'all know that? I wish they would go ahead and get rid of that and just be. I seen a guy wearing a shirt that said, the other day, he said, only a silly man thinks that he can cut the end of a shirt off. I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it because I know more. Oh, I think it was a blanket. A silly man is the only man that knows cut 2 foot off of one end of the blanket and put it on the other one and thinks he's got more or something. I don't know. I know I butchered that. I'm not going to pull anything on this 302 until the Holly stuff gets here. When the Holly stuff gets here, then I'll pull the distributor. I'll flip it upside down. I drop the oil pan. Cause if you know, you know. If you know, you know. I got to pull the oil pan. Then I got to pull the oil pump. Then I got to drop this in, put the oil pump back on, put the oil pan back on, flip it back up right, and then put it on top dead center, number 1 compression stroke, drop the distributor in the hole, and then once I do that, then I can, we're going to do the unboxing of the new Holly system. And I went with the gold. So then get some new valve covers. Nothing chrome. Chrome looks good and everything, but the thing about the chrome is you're not going to see this. It's going to be under the truck, and chrome is just going to rust. So if you're putting chrome dress-up kit stuff on your engine, if you can't get to it and clean it, it's just going to rust. Look, I hit my head the other day underneath the truck. If you're not going to be able to clean the chrome and keep it clean, don't put chrome on it because the chrome is going to rust. So like engine dress-up kits, valve covers, breathers and stuff like that, if you're not going to keep it clean and keep it waxed and polished, the chrome don't rust. It's the contaminants that get on it that rust, and then it breaks it down and then it rusts. So if you want my opinion, don't put chrome on it. You know, leave brushed aluminum or black or something like that. So that stuff's supposed to be here today. It says between 11 and 2. We'll see what happens. And then we'll go from there. But on the 68 C10, I'm going to write down the stuff that I need. And I'm going to go to the parts store. And I'm going to see if they have the fittings and the pieces that I need. I have some brake line then I have to make. Let me show you. What's up, Jonathan? I'm glad you're here, big dog. He's gonna make me drive down there and check on you. I gotta make these brake lines. Gotta make the curly cues. So I gotta make these that go down to grab the front brakes, and then I have to attach this line to that end up there and then run back, and then I have to get a fitting to tie these 2 lines together, and then I have to get one more fitting to tie another line together at the front. So it's not really that bad, but for the money that he spent on these brake lines, I shouldn't have to do anything. Like that combination T right there that came in the kit, it's wrong. You got this size on that side, and then you got that side on that side. So now I'm gonna have to get a bushing or find another T that has these 2 fittings on this side and this size on that side, right? And this was a kit. This was a 67 to 68 short bed kit. And everything's, if you tell me you selling me a kit means it's everything in it for me to do what I want to do. Not partial, where I have to go to the parts store and try to get more stuff to finish it. Then if I have to do that, then it's not a kit, it's just parts. So I'm not real impressed with this company right here right now, Finish Line, and I know some people out there have had great success with them, and if you do, keep on using them. But the problem is, I called these people and I got the name of the guy that I talked to on the phone multiple times. And I keep telling him, I said, man, I'm telling you, something ain't right. Either y'all labeled these wrong or you didn't send me the right parts. And he's like, oh yeah, you got the right parts. I said, there is no way. And we sat down and we went over every part. And then he told me exactly where it goes. See, like this one right here, this one says 67 to 70 C10 short bed, 2-wheel drive, 5.7 bed, coil spring rear, intermediate brake line, stainless steel, or leaf springs. So intermediate, that's that line that goes from point A to point B. Okay, great. Then when you get to these right here, it says rear axle, coil spring, leaf, whatever. Well, hell. Okay, so that one goes right there. So, okay, I can see that one. But then this one right here, it says driver's side rear from block, which is that, to rear wheel. Well, look, it goes from there all the way around to there. And yeah. It just could have been better. And then on the front, it has a line that goes across the cross member. You can't see it on this side, but you'll get the concept. It's on the back side of that cross member that goes from that wheel to that wheel, right? Well then, when you go from this wheel to that wheel, there's a block that ties the front wheels together, and then there's supposed to be a line that goes from there to the proportioning valve, right? So that's that little curlicue, that pigtail, whatever. Well, that's not there. So you're missing those two lines. You're missing the block that goes in between it. So that's 2 pieces. 3. So, yeah. So, it is what it is. Like I said, I got some brake line that's made, little short pieces. And I'll just have to see if the end is right. I don't know what hat I want to wear today. I don't know what hat I want to wear today. I got some line, like I said, and I can just make those curlicues that come down. But nevertheless, I hope everybody's doing good. If you hadn't hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. Woo. We're like, I think like 170 from being 3,000. That's still too tight. Means I gotta get a haircut. Like 180 from 3,000. So, or we can do the, yeah! We can do that one. It don't matter. I love hats. I got all kinds of hats. So anyways, boys and girls, what y'all working on today? Today's Friday. Drop it down in the comments. What y'all working on today? What y'all working on today? What y'all working on? Jonathan, what you working on today? Or are you just listening? Stay down here just a little bit longer. See if anybody Got any foot traffic. Oh yeah, I gotta change oil. Cleaning up my truck. Yeah, speaking of truck, I need to clean mine up. The adjuster just called this morning, said that they're coming Monday to look at my truck where that girl hit me in the parking lot. I was parked, getting out, and she hit me. So they're coming Monday. Oh yeah, so here's another, they're coming Monday to do an appraisal or do an estimate on my truck. I have to change the oil in my truck. I gotta change the oil in the white car. I gotta change the oil in the Trailblazer. So I gotta do 3 oil changes this weekend. And here's the crazy thing. The oil change in my 2015 takes, I'm about to blend some doors on a Nissan. All right. On my black truck, I gotta buy 2 kits because it holds like 9 quarts. On the Trailblazer, I gotta buy 2 kits. It holds like 9 quarts. So, and every time that I buy a kit, I have to buy 2 kits and I get 2 oil filters. I got oil filters stacked. I need to see where I can buy oil wholesale because it's $100 bill every time I change the oil in one vehicle. So here's another line right here, right? And this one right here says, this one says 60 to 70 C10 rear crossover brake line power disc brakes. And it has the large ends on both ends. So it has a large end on that end, so I'm thinking maybe that goes into the master cylinder or the proportioning valve. No. No. So I got this one that nobody can tell me. And see, they said when I talked to him on the phone, he says it goes to the front. Well, yeah, I don't know where it goes on the front. So, all right, boys and girls, I've been on here 35 minutes. I appreciate every single one of you. I just want to stop in, check with the ones that's further east, that's in a different time zone. As soon as those parts come in from Holly, I'll go live again. And everybody have a great day. Don't forget that if you're in the United States, daylight savings times happens Sunday or Saturday, one day this weekend. So make sure you got to turn your clocks around and lose an hour of sleep, but we're supposed to gain an hour of daylight. I'd rather it be daylight than 9 o'clock. I'd rather be daylight than 9 o'clock. So I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. It doesn't go unwanted. It does not go unappreciated. Excuse me. Like I said, we're like 170 for 3,000 subscribers. And if you hadn't seen the video on the cold air intake, go check that out and support those support you. And remember I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and drag. Peace, up, and chicken grease, and man.